some of you are pretty fearful right now. We're seeing crypto being a bit dippy, which is something that a lot of people don't like, and there's a lot of fear in the market, and it needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. This is what it's designed to do. People are selling their crypto, and it's crazy. That's what they want you to do, right? So if we look at Bitcoin over the last 24 hours, 7.1% down. That sounds horrific, right? And it isn't great. It isn't great, but this is the thing, right? If you get to here and you're starting to get fearful because you've come down a bit and you're starting to get fearful, and then you sell here, okay, and it keeps going down and you're still wondering whether to get back in, you're missing it. You're missing it. If you look at the 1 year chart, this gives you a lot easier. Better to zoom out sometimes because people start to freak out. So if you got to here, and you were thinking, right, I've got a nice little bit of money there, and then it dips and you panic sell. And you're thinking, oh no, when should I get back in? And you don't get back in, and all of a sudden it goes. Then what? You're left on the sidelines. This is your opportunity to either hold or add to your crypto bags. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but hold or add to your crypto bags. I mean, if you look at over the long term, we've seen where this can go, and it's going to go far higher this time round because there'll be more money in the space than before. But if you were here, and then you're like, oh no, and you panic sold here, you missed all that. And this is going to keep happening over and over again because people, they're fearful, they start to panic, and these are the sort of things that happen. And in the crypto space, you've got to be kind of laser focused here. Yeah, the crypto market cap in total is down 5%. Is that a reason to be fearful? Well, no. Let others be fearful. Let the ones who bought into the ETF be fearful, because this is orchestrated. It's always orchestrated. If you look at Cardano, down 5.3%, for instance, over the last 24 hours. Now, these kind of shakeouts happen all the time. So in the last 24 hours, yeah, if you've been here and you're like, oh no, it's going down, and you start panic selling, you've only got to zoom out, just zoom out and see. So if you've sold down here because you're panicking, look at what you've missed. And this will happen again and again and again. You're going to keep getting these shakeouts along the way. But the most important thing is to be holding it. Hold. Don't be fearful. This is what people tend to do. They get too fearful. Unless you're a trader, that's very different. But I'm not a trader, and I'm fairly sure that a lot of my subscribers aren't traders either. There's reasons to be bullish. Look at this, right? There's 100 days till a halving. The fear and greed index is coming down a bit now. It's becoming that point. If you look at this as well, I think this is a great point. This is from Ash Crypto Real. He said, stop panicking about the Bitcoin dump from 49K to 41K. We pumped from $15,400 to 49K, so expect some correction. 100%. Institutions are trying to shake you out. Absolutely, they are. They want you out. They want to make the most money. They want to keep you as impoverished as possible. That's a fact, unfortunately. It's a horrible, horrible part of the world, a horrible nature of the world. But these big conglomerates, market makers, institutions don't want to see you do well. They do not. They do not want to see you do well. So holding is so important. So hold tight and be patient. Now, I know in crypto, patience doesn't seem to be like something that people have. They want 10x's overnight. It's not going to happen. It might in the bull. It's not going to happen right now. So this is the time to be really, really in command of your emotions. Be laser focused on laser eye memes. Be that. The next 12 to 18 months are going to be massive for crypto. 100% they are. And it'll create thousands of new millionaires. Do you want to be one of those? Or do you want to be the ones who goes, oh, no, I sold and I can't get back in now because it's moved too fast? That's the danger you have. A lot of people say, oh, buy the dip. Yeah, buy the dip, but it doesn't mean sell, panic sell when you're going down. So if you've sold and you're thinking, oh, no, I'm never going to get back, and you're thinking about buying, and all of a sudden it goes, how do you catch that up? You're basically going to be chasing that candle right the way to the new all-time high of Bitcoin. The halving's coming. If you look at it, in the grand scheme of things, this is where we are. We're down here. We're in basically a fire sale and buy territory. And look at how high we've got to come yet. There will be events. I mean, you could say Yemen might be a black swan event. I don't think it is. And obviously my heart goes out to anyone affected by that. Also, I can't stop thinking of Chandler Bing from Friends when I hear the word Yemen. But if you look here, look, these sort of things happen. These dips happen all the time. Look, one there, here. They happen all the time. We're in one now. It's a long accumulation phase. It doesn't mean it's time to start selling and panicking at this stage of a bull run. We're on the precipice of one of the biggest bull runs in history. And people are thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to sell this now. I mean, yeah, everyone's financial situation is different. If you have to get money out because you've got to pay for your child or pay for something, or there's something you have to do, then you can't help that. But if you're not desperate for it and you're buying here now and you're continuing to buy here now, I bought FanX yesterday when it was dipped. I want to buy the dips. I paused my DCAs in December because I felt like something was coming. I felt like there was going to be a dip coming, and I've resumed my DCAs now in January. But look, all this room still to grow. This is where we are, 2024. By the end of this year, I think we'll see a Bitcoin all-time high. But it's just managing them emotions. Stop being so fearful. And I know it's hard to do. I do understand that. Let me know in the comments. Did you panic sell? Have you sold anything? Or, obviously, if you're selling in profit, it's a bit different. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people panic sell. It's a very common human emotion that gets a lot of people wrecked in the long run. It really, really does. The same way as too much greed does as well. Going, this is going to go to $1 million Bitcoin. It's not. It's not going to go to $1 million Bitcoin in this bull run. I don't believe it is. If it does surprise me, then well done everyone who predicted that. But another thing I want to talk about is this. Crest. So this is at 43 cents at the moment. It's up 1.8%. Now, I haven't looked too much into this actual particular token and what it does. But what I do know is that you can potentially get airdrops by holding this token for something called PEAQ network. Now, again, this is not sponsored. I don't even think the token's out yet. But there's 13 million Crest tokens, and you're going to be basically airdropping this PEAQ thing. This is how you do it. It's all in here. Feel free to take a look at this article. I'm not going to go through this article because I haven't done this. But it does interest me. This is PEAQ. It's a blockchain for real-world applications. So it's building DPINs and dApps for mobility, connectivity, energy, and more. Now, a viewer in one of our live streams suggested this, I think about a week ago, and it is really interesting. And DPINs are getting talked about more and more now in the crypto space as being one of the potential narratives for the bull run. It's got some great partners as well. It's trusted and used by Airbus, Bosch, Continental Tires. There's a lot of decent people around this. Car revenue share, things like that. It's very, very interesting. I've got to give it that. You've got Blockworks, Drive to Earn, apps, home assistance, a bit like an Alexa, Web3 parking and charging with Bosch, Fetch, and Gaia at the AIA Mobility 2023. There's a lot of things here. You can also read the roadmap as well, but it's interesting. It does interest me. 100,000 machines, vehicles, robots, and devices. The world's fastest growing DePIN ecosystem. $25 million of tokenized machine real-world assets. And obviously, real-world assets have become more and more of a thing. 20-plus DPINs building on PEAQ. Built to power real-world adoption applications, and connected assets. Highly decentralized, which is another big thing. Extremely scalable, which is interesting as well. So PEAQ will scale past 100,000 transactions per second in 2024 by leveraging elastic scaling. It's environmentally friendly, which is obviously another narrative that runs. DPIN and real-world asset functions provides ready-to-use functions to power and tokenize vehicles, robots, and devices. So a lot of these robots are going to be going off the AI narrative too. I think it's really interesting. Like, if you want us to have a proper deep dive into this particular project, let me know in the comments, because I'm quite excited by this. I don't think the token's out yet. I don't believe you can get the token yet. I think you have to do it through the airdrop and things like that. There'll be some information about the tokenomics. I believe it's 420 million. I think will be is the max supply. But if you want us to have a good deep dive into this, let me know, because I find this quite interesting. And I haven't done the full deep dive myself yet, but it is something I wanted to give you a little heads up on, just in case you've got a bit of time to have a look into it. Another thing I wanted to talk about as well is PlayApp games. So they've already got, obviously, in the App Store, that Xiaom Store and Play Store, but they're now going to bring the PlayApp magic to your favorite messenger, Telegram. So soon, 800 million Telegram users can dive into PlayApp games directly. So the journey to make GameFi accessible continues. Now, that's really interesting, because a lot of people obviously use Telegram. I'm obviously a holder of PZP. I think it's really, really good. I think PlayApp's going to do fantastic in the bull run. It's quite scarce compared to other gaming tokens as well. But if people can just play their game directly through Telegram, it's going to encourage more and more adoption, which I'm really, really bullish on. Also, go and follow me on x.com. There's a link in the description. Go and check me out. I'm starting to post a bit more now on there. Slightly different content to what we do on YouTube, but feel free to go and follow if you want to. You don't have to. If you don't want to, don't. I don't mind. It's entirely up to you. Also, a big shout out to Jake Gordon. Obviously, he doesn't need it because he's on 53,000 subscribers. So I doubt he needs my shout out, but this video here. So as you know, I'm invested in Fanex. I told Jake about Fanex, and I've told a few other people about Fanex, and it is a really good project. Front Fans, it's called. You've probably seen our AMA on it. If you haven't, go and check the our channel. But this here is great. He gives me a shout out in the video as well, which is nice of him. I appreciate that. Go and watch that video. It's a complete AMA with Front Fans. Jordana Fox is on there, Adam's on there as well. Fantastic stuff. And then, if you remember our AMA, it's just there. There's our one that we did New Year's Eve, which is fantastic. I've tried to put a bit more work now, so I've got some people to try and help me with thumbnails now, which is good. So I think the thumbnails are hopefully getting better for you guys. In terms of subscribers, we've smashed through 3,000 now, so thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate it. If we can push now for 4,000, and hopefully we'll hit the ultimate goal of 10,000 very, very soon. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. I always appreciate when you guys do that. It does make a world of difference to the channel. Subscribe if you can. I always appreciate that. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day. Have an amazing evening. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow when we're going to touch on AI. Take care. Goodbye.